When I had my pig butchered, I had them give me the pig's head and some other parts, which I've been saving to make piggy pudding with. My dad used to make this every fall of the year, and so I just got mine out of the freezer and I'm ready to put it on to cook. This is the pig's head, and then I have some other pieces. This is a hock, and I have some Joel bacon I'm putting in for flavor. That's old-time bacon that comes in a chunk. You can get it as big as you want it. And then I had some ham left over, which I'm going to throw into for some more seasoning. And I have pork liver. Some of this is still frozen, but that's okay. Now I'm going to cover this with water, and I will put it on to cook. I'm going to bring it to a boil and let it simmer about, probably take about 3 hours since some of it's frozen. And then I'll show you how I make the pudding out of it. Okay, I've just removed the meat from the fire, and shortly after I put it on, I remembered that I forgot to put the pork roast in. So I added the pork roast, and now all of the meat is falling apart, so that's the way we want it. And what I'm going to do is remove all of it to the tray and let it cool a little bit until I can handle it. I don't want it cold, but I do want it cool enough to handle because I need to put all the meat through the food grinder. So I'm just going to remove it, and I'm saving the broth in here because later on I will make a, the Germans call it scrapple, but we call it mush or whatever. It's made with cornmeal, and I use the broth and a little bit of the meat in that. But I'm having a problem getting that hog's head out. It is all falling apart, so let me see. But anyway, I'm just going to lay it on the tray and let it cool a little bit, and as soon as it gets cool enough to handle, I will show you how I grind it in the food grinder. Okay, I've removed all the meat from the bones, and I have it laid here. It's cooled off a little bit now. And I've peeled 4 big onions. Now, some people don't put onions in this, but my dad always did, and I think that's what makes it good. So I'm going to go ahead and grind all the stuff together right now. Okay, I'm almost finished grinding all of it. Got a few more pieces here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is set the pan back on the heat and heat it up, get it hot, and then I will pour in some pans and let it set up overnight in the refrigerator. Okay, I've had it on the stove and I reheated it for probably 15 minutes, and that blends the onions through it and everything. It really smells good. Now I'm going to take a big cup and just scoop it into the pan. Kind of smooth it out, flatten it in there. All of it in this one pan. Okay, there I have it. I've got it all filled in this pan. Now what I'll do is set it in the refrigerator overnight and let it firm up. And then you eat this, slice it and eat it when it's cold. You make sandwiches with it. It's very good. Okay, I've taken the piggy pudding out of the refrigerator and I'm going to just run a knife all around, all the way to the bottom, all around the sides of it. And I'm going to turn it out on a tray. See, it comes out like a loaf. So now I'm just going to slice some of it and I'll show you how we always made a sandwich. Okay. See how they make a nice slice? I'm just going to take some bread here and I'm cutting the slice in half and I'm going to place it on the bread, and then I'll add a nice slice of onion and a little mustard on top. And this is how we made our piggy pudding sandwiches when I was a kid. Just put the lid on. We'll put it on a plate and just cut it in half, and that's how we ate them.